Hi everyone, welcome to Kang at New York. This is where we explore food, culture, and the stories that shape the flavors we love. Today, we're exploring the elegant and layered world of Shanghai cuisine. Few regional foods reflect a city's personality as closely as this one, graceful, refined, and quietly luxurious. From the delicate sweetness of braised pork belly to the precision folds of soup dumplings, Shanghai cuisine is like its home city. Stylish, sophisticated, and full of stories. In the early 1900s, Shanghai wasn't just a city, it was a legend. People called it the Paris of the East or the New York of the Orient. It was the most international city in Asia at the time. So how did that happen? Well, after China lost the Opium Wars, Shanghai was forced to open up to foreign trade. And that opened the door to a whole new kind of city. Britain, France, the US, and other powers all carved out concessions, basically little pockets of the city where their own laws and culture ruled. The British and Americans combined their areas into something called the International Settlement, and the French established the famous French Concession. After years of development, the city was buzzing with life. Jazz clubs, cafes under French balconies, Chinese women in qipaos with Paris-inspired cuts, Suzhou chefs cooking for English bankers, and stock tickers humming on the Bund, China's very first financial street. It was elegant, chaotic, and cosmopolitan, and that mix of people, wealth, and ambition gave rise to a cuisine that was just as layered. Shanghai Cuisine, or Běn-bāng-cài, born from the culinary traditions of the Jiangnan region, Zhejiang, Jiangsu, and Anhui, three of the 8 great cuisines of China. So what makes Shanghai food taste like Shanghai? People often sum it up with one phrase, thick oil and crimson sauce. That means oil isn't just for frying, it's used to carry flavor and create that soft, glossy finish. And crimson sauce refers to deep, slow-cooked blends of soy sauce, sugar, and rice wine, rich, savory, and slightly sweet. But what really sets it apart is the technique, how chefs layer soy and oil in stages to fry, simmer, and finish, creating sauces that cling like lacquer. In fact, Shanghai cuisine shares a lot with French cooking. Both value sauce building, presentation, and delicate balance. It's not just about taste, it's about refinement. Locals describe it best. Savory with a touch of sweetness, rich but never greasy. Even a simple bowl of scallion oil noodles is treated like art. Clean, fragrant, perfectly coated. And if you've ever been invited to a Shanghai home for dinner, you might think they set the table just for you, even if it's a regular weekday meal. That's how much pride they take in flavor and presentation, because this cuisine comes from a city that dressed up even for lunch, where street food evolved under chandeliers. This cuisine isn't just something I like, it's something I grew up with. My grandmother are amazing Shanghai cuisine cooks. When my grandmother relocated from mainland China to Taiwan during the Civil War, she brought her flavors, her techniques, and her spirit with her. Growing up, I was surrounded by the scent of her kitchen when visiting her. She taught me that Shanghai food isn't just elegant, it's emotional. It's about memory, balance, and love. And for me, it will always feel like home. So how do you taste all this history and elegance today? Let me take you to a place in New York where these stories still live. A restaurant called Shanghai You Garden, with 2 locations in Flushing and Bayside. Now, this isn't fine dining with delicate plating, but it offers authentic flavors and excellent value for money. If you're curious about Shanghai cuisine and want a warm, approachable entry point, this is the perfect first stop. In the next section, I'll share 7 classic dishes from their menu, something I think will be good for a group of 4 to 6 people to enjoy together. For those who live near New York and suggest to me that I should not only introduce the cuisine but also suggest where to eat, this is my answer to you. So I suggest these 7 dishes, starting with 3 smaller bites. Think of them as appetizers to warm up the palate. Then we move into a shared noodle dish, followed by 3 hearty main courses. Of course, you can always add a bowl of rice to go along with the mains. This combination works really well for a group of 4 to 6 people, and together it gives you a well-rounded introduction to classic Shanghai flavors. Let's start with the first course. Number 1, braised wheat gluten. This cold appetizer is called cow fu. It's soft, chewy, and soaked in sweet soy sauce. Mixed with mushrooms, bamboo shoots, and sometimes peanuts, it's light, refreshing, and full of texture. You'll find this dish in Shanghai homes and holiday tables alike. It's a quiet classic, a soft beginning to a flavorful journey. Number 2, xiaolongbao. No Shanghai meal is complete without this soup dumplings. Delicate skins, juicy pork, and rich broth tucked into one bite-sized package. At You Garden, they even serve a Lucky 6 sampler, each dumpling a different color and flavor. It's warm, rich, and engineered with precision, one of the most famous exports of Shanghai cuisine. Number 3, shengjianbao. These pan-fried pork buns are fluffy on top, golden and crispy on the bottom, with juicy pork filling inside, like the cousin of the xiaolongbao. This is a true street food favorite in Shanghai, especially in the morning when locals grab a few on the way to work. Together, these 3 dishes make for a delicious, varied start. The fourth will be something simple and comforting, Scallion Oil Noodles. It may look plain, but don't be fooled. This dish is all about aroma and balance. Springy noodles tossed in fragrant scallion-infused oil with just the right touch of soy sauce. It's humble, but satisfying, and a great bridge into the main courses. First main course I select is the Grandma's Red-Braised Pork. Heart of Shanghai comfort food, red braised pork belly, with Grandma's style. Slow cooked in dark soy sauce, sugar, and rice wine, the pork becomes tender, glossy, and melt in your mouth rich. This dish is pure nostalgia for anyone who grew up in a Shanghai kitchen. Sweet, savory, and deeply comforting. Next we have the sweet and sour pine nut fish. This one's for color and celebration, crispy fried base, shaped to open up like a blooming flower, then covered in bright red sauce with pineapple and toasted pine nuts. Inspired by the famous banquet dish squirrel mandarin fish, it brings a balance of crunch, acidity, and richness. Last but not least, a crab meat lion's head meatball. Usually made with pork and crab meat, these oversized meatballs are soft and luxurious, slowly braised until they soak in all the sauce. They're called lion's head because of their round shape, paired with leafy greens that resemble a mane. This is a dish usually reserved for family gatherings or special dinners, so getting to enjoy it here is a real treat. Surely one of my favorites. And usually, after the meal, Shanghai You Garden offers a small complimentary dessert, fermented rice soup with sweet rice balls. It's a light, slightly boozy sweet broth made with fermented glutinous rice. Served warm with soft rice balls at the end of your meal, it's gentle, comforting, and just sweet enough to cleanse the palate. A lovely Shanghai-style ending to a hearty meal. 7 classic dishes, plus a sweet little surprise at the end. It's a meal that brings together the heart of Běn-bāng-cài on street food, home cooking, and celebration dishes, all in one sitting. Hope you like the Shanghai cuisine just like me. If you are not near New York, you can always try out at the Shanghai restaurant near you. Thanks for watching today. Please like, comment, and follow me to support. See you next time.